Right, sync them up. 1, 2, 3. Good evening. It's the warmest day of the year, so it would be rude not to get out on the bike. So just down the usual haunt. Still scrubbing in tires, but I thought I'd come down here for a bit of a jaunt. The road is closed further ahead, so I may have to duck into the Raiders Road and cross over towards Loch End, but we'll see how we get on. But I thought I'd take this chance to just talk about how I found the new camera. For those of you who are not are new to the channel, or this is the first time you've caught me on the old YouTube, this is a chance for me just to tell you that a while ago I upgraded my old GoPro 7 to DJI OSMO 5, and along with that I bought the mic minis, which seem to be what everybody's kind of raving about, how good they are for motovlogging. But I'm still questioning whether or not it can be better, but bear with me as I get around a few of these returns and just start to chat to you about it. So anyway, why did I buy the Osmo 5? Basically, I'd seen a lot of good reports about them on various channels that I follow on YouTube, and reviewers online who have used things like the Osmo 3 and the Osmo 4, and I've seen them sing their praises of them the last couple of editions. Then when the 5 came out, I didn't really pay much attention to it, to be honest, because at the time I had a broken bike and I was in the midst of rebuilding that. And then I thought to myself, you know, something I could probably do with a new action camera, because my GoPro was a bit flaky, still is, that's why it's hardwired in, and I was considering buying another camera basically, so I had something that, one, I could do things like this, and a bit of a travel camera if I was going away on the bike, I could take some footage. So that's how I ended up with the Osmo 5. Mics wise, I did have a set of wireless mics for my digital SLR, my mirrorless camera, whatever you want to call it these days, and I'd used those through the whole of the bike build. They were okay when they were plugged into the camera, but there was no real solution to use them when I was out on the bike, an easy way to sync them up. You'd have to link them into a recorder, etc. So it was just getting a bit faffy. So when I saw that the Osmo 5 had a 2-mic solution where you could link 2 Bluetooth mics to it, I thought that's ideal. One on my back, or in a backpack, or in a pocket, and then one in my helmet, which is obviously what I'm talking to you through now. So that's kind of where I've got the inspiration, you should say, to buy it. And so I've really been watching a lot of reviews, watching a lot of people who use them, see what they think about them. There's some experienced bloggers out there, vloggers, motovloggers, whatever you want to call them, and they all tend to, I think you say, they all get freebies basically, and you don't know whether they're really, you know, saying, oh, this is brilliant, this is bad. But there's a few guys out there, just like myself, who are vlogging about, making videos, and a few of them said, yeah, it's good, it's really handy. The thing for me is the wireless setup. It's the not having a wire into your camera that you can't use when it's wet or raining. Living in Scotland, although not today, if it's pouring with rain, you get water into every orifice. So that's kind of where we've been thinking about going. Stay away from the 3.5mm mics. This guy's letting me pass, thank you. Sorry, I squirt around there, even though I'm kind of chilling. Lots of campers out this week because it's coming up to a bank holiday following Easter. So there's still folk out travelling about, good weather, etc. Anyway, I digress. Back to on topic. Right, so anyway, so these guys kind of said, yeah, that's good, things like that. However, when I've tried it, I've been struggling with, I think it's more the vibration on the helmet that passes through the microphone. You'll probably hear it whenever I, accelerate, or I'm going through a bit of a buffety thing. You've heard me when I've been sitting at speed that it sounds a bit ropey. So if I sit sub 50 miles an hour, it should be okay, but you'll probably hear a wee bit of background noise. And I can turn it up for you so you can actually hear it, what it sounds like. That might be an idea. So just accelerate a wee bit and just slightly talk. You'll hear, I can feel the helmet buffeting a wee bit now, but it's probably more to do with the bike, to be honest, than the actual helmet and the microphone, and the fact that I get buffeted. But back to a solution for that, I don't quite know. People have said DaVinci Resolve could be the solution that has a voice enhancement thing, which a lot of the vloggers use, and you can tell when they do it because they sound like their heads in a box. Basically, the voice audio is good, but everything outside it sounds a bit sterile and a bit not real, if you know what I mean. So it's obviously enhanced through software, and don't get me wrong, it sounds good. So I think that's where the second mic comes in. When you get a second mic, you can obviously overdub the kind of boxiness or the cleanness of the voice audio with probably quite a good audio track. Like that. Oh! This thing on song sounds great. Anyway, I digress again. So that's maybe what the solution is in the future. So if you're thinking about buying a DJI OSMO 5, I thoroughly recommend the camera, the picture, the interface, just the way it works is brilliant. I've got the wide angle lens on that, and I actually prefer the overall view. I don't know if you saw my last video. I just think it gives a lot more, if you feel a bit more on the bike, which is really what I'm trying to achieve. I'm trying to bring you along with me, and that's the ultimate goal, is to get the sound right as well. So if I do see something interesting or I want to say something, it's clear and it's not a bit thing. But don't get me wrong, I still have a bit of a learning process to do with audio levels and things like that, and it does take quite a lot of work. But I'm looking for something that, as soon as it comes out of the camera, it's fit for purpose almost. That's really what I'm looking for. But I'll keep working away, I'll keep chipping away, because don't get me wrong, I enjoy riding my bike, and I actually enjoy the editing process as well. It just takes a wee bit of time to learn DaVinci. I mean, I was editing 20 years ago on one of the original Premiere Pros, and back then it was a case if you threw a track down and you threw music over the top of it and you didn't really worry about anything else, then you got away with it. But nowadays you do have to have a little bit of quality. I think it's one of these things that people turn off fairly quickly, especially on YouTube. And I can definitely see that in some of the videos I've been making. You can see viewing figures aren't not what I expected, but they're dropping off, and some videos do okay, others don't do so well. So I know I'm still new at it, and I'll keep going. But this is all part of the process about why I chose the DJI. And as for the Mic 2s, I'm expecting they'll have an update soon, so you never know. The gain settings may be increased to -30, -20. So that'll cut out a lot of maybe the noise that I'm experiencing in the background. Or they might bring out something a bit more robust but small that fits inside a helmet, that therefore doesn't take all these vibrations and convert them into noise. Who knows? DJI just seem to be a phenomenal company at the minute. It's almost like they listen to people, and these mic minis, it's phenomenal, the size of them, and the quality of the sound is very good. Or it might not be broadcast quality, but it's definitely YouTube quality. So I saw a sign a while ago that this road could be closed up here, so we'll have a look and see what happens. If not, there's always a dirt track across to the other side. See how we get on. But yeah, overall, DJI, I'm really, really happy with it. If you've noticed the difference when I go from a head shot to a helmet shot, you'll see the difference in quality, especially when it's lower light. I find this camera, the GoPro 7, really struggles in low light. Now don't get me wrong, it's probably a 10-year-old camera nowadays. It's like iPhones, they bring one out every year. So from my point of view, DJI, thumbs up. Microphones are good enough. I still have a bit of a learning process to see whether or not I can get stuff done with it. Let me just come down here and see what the sign says. It's shut. I'll go up and have a look. This is the end of the Raiders Road that I was on the other day, or the other video. The workers come to Clattering Shaw's Dam, which is just that dam on the left and straight ahead. But yeah, back on top. Yeah, so as I was saying, thoroughly recommend the DJI. The picture quality is really good. You can set it up to just record point and shoot kind of style, or you can go full pro and use color LUTs and look up tables, etc. when you're doing your editing, if you're into that. But yeah, I think you'll be pleased with it. There's enough videos out there. Just go Google or search on YouTube. Look at that. Oh, sorry, I'm just getting distracted by cracking the egg. Love this part of the world. Used to be a good cafe here, but it's been shut down. Obviously lack of traffic, and it's being turned into a dark skies observatory, was the last I heard. So the one from Lockdown has been moved down here, I think it's sort of being rebuilt here, I should say. Yeah, a few trees down there, all that. Oof. I don't know if this is shut up here, but we'll keep going and have a find out. But yeah, sorry, my ADHD kicking in. The DJI, thoroughly recommended for vlogging, for bike videos. I think the ideal way to do it would be probably to buy two, but they are pricey. The Osmo 4 seems to be on offer at the minute, about £199. So that could be an option, but the only difference is that you can only link one Bluetooth mic to it, which could be an option. You can have your background noise on the 4, maybe on your handlebars or elsewhere, and then your main mic talking to this one here. But yeah, so that's just kind of my summing up of what I think of the Osmo 5. Hopefully you'll have seen the quality of the picture's really good, and for that I think it's worth it. I mean, I think what did I pay? I think I paid about £350, £360 for it, but that included, you know, the adventure pack. So I got a charging case with 3 batteries, a selfie stick, and what else did you get? That's it, and a couple of mounts. So yeah, so that was kind of what I went for. Other stuff you can look at, obviously there's GoPros, the Insta360s. I mean, that was something, an option I was thinking about. Do I go for a 360 camera as well, and therefore I can pick up, you know, get some sort of funky shots and stuff. But I don't know whether to go for that and then link my Cardo to it, because you can do that, but I don't know what the sound quality will be like, or even link the mic minis to it. I'm not sure if they work with it. So there's all these sort of things you kind of find out as you go along. And no doubt you guys will have certain opinions or certain experiences with various things that work for you. People have told me to use hard mics, lavalier mics, boom mics. There's various different things you can do. Yeah, I'll keep bashing away at it. Hopefully, as I learn, the quality will improve, and this puts out a bit of content for people, and just I enjoy that process. But there you go. I'm trying to think what else is coming up. Probably by the time I stick this video up, I'll be trucking across Ireland. I've got to go across for work for a couple of days, so I thought I would take the bike across, save my company a few pounds on the old ferry fee, because it's not cheap getting that damn ferry. And I'm heading down to the southwest of Ireland for a couple of days. So fingers crossed the weather's good. I'll take the cameras with me in case there's anything interesting, but basically I'm going to follow the Shannon River sort of down across sort of the middle of Ireland, and just sort of truck down. I don't have to be there until sort of late afternoon on day 1, and then I'll be travelling home on day 2 in the afternoon. So it could be quite interesting. I haven't really travelled much through that part of the world. It's always been down to Dublin, take a right, and head down towards Limerick, Cork, Kerry Peninsula kind of thing, or Dingle Peninsula. And it's always been usually in the back of a truck, in a Transit or a Nissan Patrol or something, towing rally cars and stuff back in the day. But I'm really looking forward to it. See a bit of family when I'm over. Maybe see some old pals, maybe do a bit of biking, a couple of pints of Guinness, no doubt, and take it from there, really. So that's the plans over the next few weeks. So I'm not going to make this any longer than I have to, but that's me just basically summing up the DJI for you. If you are looking at a camera for this summer's exploits, certainly recommend it. 4K, 60 frames per second. This is what this has been shot at from a helmet cam. And then I've got 2 mics linked up to it for the audio on two tracks. Wee bit of work to learn how to manipulate the sound and the tracks and stuff when you do it, edit it. But otherwise, great piece of kit. And for those who are interested, the mics were, a pair of mics is only I'm not going to say only, it's like 140 quid. So with that in the camera, you're probably talking about 500 quid outlay initially to get 1 camera and 2 mics. If you've got an old camera like I do with this one, just stick it on your bars and you can break up your editing. If I was going to buy a second one, I don't know whether I'd wait for the Osmo 6 or whether I would just buy an Osmo 5 whenever the Osmo 6 comes out, because no doubt they will drop in price. But yeah, battery life, specifications, features, all good in my books. I can't really see there being much better out there at the moment. I haven't tried the Insta Ace Pro 2, I believe it is. I believe that the guys that use them are saying they're brilliant. So until I've got an opportunity to try one for myself, it's hard to make an opinion on them. But certain vloggers and people making motorbike videos, motorbike content, are using Insta stuff. But again, it goes back to, are they getting them for free, or are they getting them at a discount, or are they being handed out to compare them? So you just got to take everything with a bit of pinch of salt on the old YouTubes, especially when it comes to review things, because at the end of the day, most folk will take anything free and give it good praise, even though they say they don't. I've never heard a bad review yet with it. Anyway, right, coming into New Galloway here, so I'll let you go on. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this evening, and hopefully that may have been all done in one take. Right, I'll see you about, and if I don't see you, I'll catch you on the flip side.